Hello everybody, David Shuster here. The Trump administration says it is now conducting the most aggressive migrant deportation raids yet. And with ICE agents dressed in military gear, wearing face coverings and appearing to ignore constitutional rights, the public pushback has exploded. This was the scene recently in San Diego, California. Those are flashbangs fired by ICE agents to try and clear people blocking that ICE vehicle. Here's another view from inside one of the Italian restaurants ICE had just raided. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents wearing combat gear and pointing weapons arrested more than a dozen restaurant staff. A warrant says ICE got a tip that the restaurant employed undocumented workers. But the restaurant says their workers had no criminal records. And the aggressive and intimidating nature of the raid prompted diners and witnesses to erupt.
Shame! Shame! Back up! Yeah, back up! Back up!
City leaders say the raids were unconstitutional with no due process for the people hauled away. Similar ICE raids have been carried out across the country. In several cities, including New York City, ICE agents have arrested migrants who show up at the courthouse for their asylum hearings.
This is Gestapo-like behavior, where plainclothes officers wearing masks are terrorizing immigrants who are doing the right thing by going to court, following up on their immigration proceedings, and trying to come into this country lawfully.
In Massachusetts recently, ICE agents arrested and hauled away a teenager who was driving to his high school volleyball practice. Marcelo Gomez da Silva is an honors student who also plays in the school band. He does not have a criminal record. ICE says they were looking for someone else, but took Marcelo instead. The high school's graduation was the next day, and the uproar over Marcelo Gomez da Silva was featured by MSNBC's Rachel Maddow.
He is not known to have ever been in any kind of trouble at all. Again, he is a high school junior honors student on the volleyball team and in the high school band.
Friends and family say Marcelo is a junior at Milford High, taken by ICE early Saturday morning on his way to volleyball practice. His girlfriend spoke with him over the phone Saturday afternoon.
He said they had put chains around his ankles and on his wrists. I haven't spoken to him since then. I don't know how he's doing.
It's not a common thing to see kids in their graduation gowns at a protest, right? But that's what happened this weekend, yesterday morning. Graduating seniors, tons of kids from all the schools in town, parents, teachers, the whole town basically turned out. They held these signs that said, "He belongs here," and "Hands off our kids." The local Democratic state senator, her name is Becca Rausch, she was there. She spoke to the crowd. The local Democratic congressman, Jake Auchincloss, was there. That was Milford, Massachusetts this weekend.
The director of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, Todd Lyons, was asked at a news conference, what is the danger that the teenager posed?
So I'll put it back on you. What about an 18-year-old who's just stopped for a traffic violation by Mass State Police, who's wanted to be a habitual traffic offender on his way to graduation? Would you be asking that same question to the Mass State Police for not arresting him? Like, I didn't say he was dangerous. I said he's in this country illegally, and we're not going to walk away from anybody.
But the teenager has been in Milford, Massachusetts since he was a toddler, and the accusations about driving infractions are in dispute. ICE Director Lyons says that Marcelo Gomez da Silva will get due process.
He will go in front of an immigration judge. He'll have the opportunity to post bond. But again, I'm just going to ask you a question. Boston police stopped an 18-year-old on the way to high school. Are we having this conversation right now? It happens every day. Every day. There are multiple 18-year-olds arrested. But yet, we are focused on this one. And I will say, his dad hasn't turned himself in yet, and his dad knows he's the target of it.
Translation, the U.S. government is holding the son hostage, and if anybody wants the teenager released, the dad has to turn himself in first. Well, that is not how the U.S. justice system operates, but that is the sort of thing that happens in tyrannical regimes and banana republics. Authoritarian governments also use violent force, and that's also been the ICE approach. Staying in Massachusetts, a few weeks ago, a New Bedford cell phone video shows a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officer using a large hammer to smash the window of a couple's car during an arrest. Mary Lou Mendez said the agents detained her husband, Juan, but repeatedly called him Antonio in an apparent case of mistaken identity. The couple were on the phone with their immigration attorney, who advised them to stay in the car. Juan Mendez is an undocumented immigrant who was in the process of changing his immigration status. His wife, Marilu, is in the United States under asylum. And this couple wasn't even who the ICE agents were looking for. Off the coast of Massachusetts in Martha's Vineyard, ICE agents conducting a raid were recently filmed and confronted by a local resident.
So traffic laws would go for these guys as well. You can't drive down South Road or North Road. Do you know which road is South Road? Do you know which road North Road is? No, because you're not from here, you goon. In any event, the speed limit is not 15 miles an hour the whole It's not 20 miles an hour. It's 40 miles an hour. All right? So try to keep that in mind and obey the laws that we have here as I do.
Okay. Wait.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm aged at your ass squaring ass.
Okay.
That's why I'm shaking.
So, sir, I'll have a conversation with you. You talk. Let me have a conversation. So that's fine. Do what you got to do, record, all that stuff. But here's your official warning, okay? We have the FBI with us. If you impede in any way, shape, or form, you are going to be arrested and taken into federal custody.
Thank you. Okay. Here's your official warning. If you trespass against my rights, I will not comply with you. I will not resist with you. Okay. I will take offensive with you. Okay. That's your warning. Okay. I know what my rights are, and if you break them, be forewarned that I will do what I need to do to protect myself. Okay? Okay? Good.
Hold on.
Why do you wear the mask? Why can't you answer that question? Huh? I mean, I don't understand why you don't answer the question. I mean, dude.
You may have noticed a pattern in all of this. ICE seems to be targeting migrants in Democratic states like Massachusetts. There have been raids in dozens of states, but it appears that ICE has been the most active in Massachusetts, California, and New York. Trump administration officials say it's because those states have sanctuary cities and locales, so the administration has decided to send a message in those areas first. Whatever. It smacks of political retribution because those areas generally do not support Donald Trump. In any case, the ICE tactics are clearly becoming more ruthless, brazen, and aggressive. And people who are witnessing these raids are increasingly angry and horrified. The confrontations have the potential to spill into street battles and violence. That may be where we are headed in America under Trump, because instead of thoughtful debate and discourse over the issues of our time, like immigration, the Trump administration only seems to care about imposing Trump's will through brute force and power. It is terrifying and disturbing. By the way, Donald Trump's latest boast about the U.S. economy has gotten shattered in epic fashion. Trump wrote this simple post on Truth Social, "Because of tariffs, our economy is booming." Just hours later, though, there was this.
A new report out this morning from a key group of the world's 38 most wealthy nations sharply downgraded its current year growth forecast for the United States, going from a forecast for 2025 of 2.2% growth projected to now just 1.6%.
Bloomberg headline, Trump tariffs are hurting U.S. and global economy. Quote, due to rising trade costs imposed by Trump's trade war and rising uncertainty among producers and consumers, economic growth is expected to fall from 3.3% in 2024 to 2.9% this year, and the United States will fare even worse, going from 2.8% last year to 1.6% this year.
We expect inflation will stay higher for longer periods of time. We expect, for example, in the United States, inflation will reach close to 4% at the end of the year.
You are going to see a crack in the bond market, okay? It is going to happen. and I tell this to my regulators, some of who are in this room, I'm telling you it's going to happen, and you're going to panic.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Raymond, who wrote, "America doesn't need an old, soggy taco." Well said. I look forward to reading your comments about Trump ICE agents getting shredded and shamed for trampling on the Constitution. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.